Hi there, I'm Wendy, and in this short video I'm going to show you how I work my toe decreases when I'm knitting my socks using the magic loop method. Now I'll be working decreases at either end on the front side of my sock and also on the sole side of my sock, and I want to make sure that the stitches are pointing inwards on either side. This sock here has been knitted using a regular 4-ply sock yarn, and this sock yarn is James C. Brett Funny Feet, but I'm going to show you how to do the technique using a slightly bigger needle and a thicker yarn, just so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit more clearly. So just before we start, if you're new to my channel, then please just take a moment to subscribe and click that notification bell, and it would be great if you gave me a thumbs up with the like button as well. But for now, we'll just get straight on with working these toe decreases so that you can see how it's made. So I'm going to start by knitting my first stitch, and then I'm going to work what's called a slip slip knit. So I'm going to slip these 2 stitches on my left hand needle knitwise across to my right hand needle. So I'm going to put my right hand needle in as if I'm going to knit, and I'm just going to pass that stitch across onto the right hand needle. I'm then going to do the same thing again, so I'm popping my right hand needle into that left hand stitch as if to knit, but just passing the stitch over onto the right hand needle. Now I can insert the left hand needle and knit those 2 stitches together, and that has reduced 2 stitches down to 1. So now I'm going to knit across to my last 3 stitches. When I get to the last 3 stitches, I'm going to knit 2 together, and then I knit the last stitch. And that's the first half of my round complete. So now I can just turn my work and pull my front needle back and pull my back needle back out so that I've got a free working needle. And then again, I'm going to knit my first stitch, and then I'm going to work a slip slip knit. So I'm going to slip that first stitch across knitwise, and then slip the second stitch across knitwise, and then I can pop my left hand needle into those stitches and knit them both together, reducing them down to 1, and then knit across to my last 3 stitches. And then when I get to the last 3 stitches, I just knit 2 together in the normal manner and knit the last stitch. Then I've reached the end of my round and I'm ready to turn my work and start the next round. Now your pattern will dictate on which round you need to work these paired decreases. So I'm just going to knit 1 normal round without any decreasing, and then I'll come back to you and I'll repeat the whole thing again so that you can have another chance of seeing how it's done. I've now worked 1 round of a knit stitch, so I'm just going to work 1 more row showing you again how to do the paired decreasing. So we're going to knit the first stitch, and then we're going to slip the next 2 stitches knitwise across from the left hand needle to the right hand needle, and then we can just knit those 2 stitches together, and that's reduced from 2 stitches down to 1. Then we're going to knit across to the last 3 stitches, and then when we get to the other end, we're going to knit 2 stitches together normally. So we're just going to miss the first stitch, and we're going to knit through that second stitch and the first stitch together, and that again has reduced 2 stitches down to 1, and then we can just knit the last stitch. Now I'm going to turn my work again and I'm going to pull back my front needle and pull out my back needle so that that's free as a working needle. And then again, I'm going to knit the first stitch, and then I'm going to slip knitwise the next 2 stitches across to the right needle. And then I'm going to knit them both together, reducing 2 stitches down to 1, and then knit along to the last 3 stitches, and then knit the next 2 stitches together, and then knit the last stitch. So when we take a look at it, we can see that the stitches are now decreasing and slanting inwards on both of the side edges, and they're decreasing inwards towards the centre. So you just need to remember that when you're working a paired decrease round for your toes, that you need to start with a knit stitch followed by a slip slip knit, and that's over the first 3 stitches. And then when you get to the last 3 stitches, you're going to be working a knit 2 together and finish with a knit stitch, and that will take you to the final point for finishing off the top edges of your socks. So I hope you found this tutorial useful, and don't forget to check your own particular pattern to check which rounds you're working your paired decreases on when you're knitting the toe section for your socks. So just finally, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I wish you happy sock knitting and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!